When I bought this Porsche 924S, I knew that the main thing I didn't like about the car was the tan interior, and that I wanted to change it out ASAP. Soon after, I actually found a 944 being parted out locally and bought the full black interior from the car. Although it was dirty, it was in good shape overall, so the first mission was to clean everything with a vacuum before turning my attention to the smelly carpet backing by removing it. We then used a carpet cleaner, steamer, and a wet vac to extract the 30 plus years of dirt and grime and bring everything to a nice base level of clean. It's almost lunchtime. All of a sudden I'm not very hungry. The carpets didn't look too bad at this point, but they were faded in some areas. To fix this, I picked up some carpet dye from Detail King and began working on restoring the rich black color to the carpets and side panels. Overall, the process was pretty easy, using a spray bottle and a soft bristle brush to apply the dye and work into the fibers. This takes some trial and error, but overall was not very complicated. With the carpets looking fresh, it's time to get these installed into the car. To do that, we got some further disassembly and cleaning to do, so let's dive right in. I have decided to rip apart the upper half of the rear seat. So my eventual goal here is to actually use the mechanism off of the flip down and probably tie these in together or remake them entirely. But I'd like to have like a steel frame or something and just make it a more attractive flip up section. So kind of what I'm thinking is for it to be more of like some cubby storage. So I'd like to build a box right here. And then if that lid is facing like this and flips up, then that can just be storage into the box there. And then that could also be like a retainer for any luggage there. And then also I'd like to maybe have it flip up and then have a crossbar be the mount for my GoPro. So I can build a dedicated mount there instead of having a single tube that goes across that's just fixed. So I'd like to make this as multi-purpose as I can. So we are deep in the 924. Obviously we've got the seats out, we're doing all kinds of stuff. So we just got back, picked up some sound deadening material. There's a few spots on this car, like any car, that sound a little bit tinny. Vibrates a little bit, so we're gonna put some right there. Might be couple spots right there, and then of course inside the tubs right here we're going to lay down a little bit of matting, and then we'll kind of start putting stuff back together. So we do have to get the metal pretty warm. It's only about 50, probably about 50 degrees in the shop, you say? Yeah, that's right. So we do need to warm it up a little bit. It's weird that it loses so much strength as soon as you pull that backing off. I know one of those little rollers works good for this, but I don't have one.
I have have one.
Like with you?
No, not with me.
Well,
I just
what
have
does that
one.
do then?
Well, you were saying you didn't have one, but I at least have it in my possession, just not with me currently.
That does me a lot of good right now.
Anytime, always here to help.
I mean, just as a quick test.
That's noticeable.
Yeah. Oh, it's on backwards.
Give me some tippy taps. With the carpets looking great and ready to go in, the next step was of course to remove the old stuff. I knew we were going to find all kinds of goodies in the car as it actually sat outside for over 6 years until someone gave it new life. There were plenty of acorns to share with everybody. Swapping the carpet itself is not a complicated task, but just finicky working to get everything in place and around wiring and such. You will notice that I'm not gluing the carpet back down, and that's because I have further plans for the car which would require removing it yet again. As the interior is going back together, you'll of course notice the ugly brown seats and door panels. I do plan to change these, but have been trying to narrow down a cool fabric to cover them in. I'm very picky, so finding just that right color is proving difficult, but when I do find it, it will be epic. Until we complete the doors and seats, the final piece of the puzzle are some new floor mats. I kept it simple here with just plain black and no lettering. These came from eBay and they're made by Lloyd's Mats. I'm not sponsored or anything like that, but that's just where I got them from. The overall fit and finish was fantastic, and I'd definitely buy them again if I had to.